GeoFucks here, and I just wanted to give an update on my stages. As I said, as I promised in my previous video, I would do an update and drop it this Sunday, so which is tomorrow, May 26th. So I'm gonna do it. So I've been to the therapist twice now. I have a third appointment June 2nd. I go twice a month on Sundays at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's $80 an hour, so $80 per session. I pay out of pocket, so I pay $160 a month to see my therapist, gender therapist. And I was able to get a referral letter through my therapist to the University of Michigan Ann Arbor Hospital, because they do have a gender clinic, sex and gender clinic in Ann Arbor that does transitional surgeries, you know, top surgery, bottom surgery, masculinization of your face and your body structure, feminization of your face and your body structure. Ann Arbor is roughly an hour away from me. My therapist is roughly 45 minutes away from me. So it is a drive, but I go twice a month, and for me it's worth it. But I recognize my privileges, because again, the barriers to care for transgender people, people who follow under the trans umbrella, you know, non-binary, gender non-conforming, gender fluid, trans masculine, trans feminine, trans man, trans woman, trans person. The barriers to getting the health care and the services that we want and need and want, there's a lot of barriers. And I recognize my privileges to have health insurance, to have a full-time job, to have money to be able to pay out of pocket, to have a car, to be able to transport myself back and forth to, whether it's Ann Arbor, whether it's Rochester Hills, whether it's Pontiac, I'm able to do what I need to do. And I recognize my privileges, but I also recognize the barriers and the disadvantages that many people face. So my therapist also diagnosed me as being severely depressed, gender dysphoria, anxiety, just a lot. And you know, he straight up told me, like, you know, as you know, you need to, as you're transitioning and going through these stages to medically and physically transition, you need to inform your boss, your colleagues, your employer, your workplace. And Monday, May 20th, I came out to my team lead, aka supervisor, but team lead. I came out to her at lunch, and I couldn't believe that I actually went on and did it, but I did it. And it was well accepted. She's very supportful, you know, and she just wanted to know, you know, what do we need to do to make you feel comfortable and welcome here, and you know, just let us know whatever you need. We're here, and we're here to support. So that was like, wow, you know. That was extremely validating and positive. I really didn't know what to expect, because there's no guidebook or guideline to how to come out the closet, you know. And it's crazy. So that's why I'm documenting this whole process, because maybe somebody watching this can watch this and find out how they can come out, what steps they need to take to be themselves, you know. So I did that, And then my therapist gave me a pen that has a transgender flag on the back, and it says my pronouns are he, his, him. So I put that pen on top of my desk at work, so people can see when they walk by. So that's a step. Also, I'm gonna be buying my first binder from GC2B, which is a LGBTQ plus friendly business, and it's owned and operated by a person in the LGBTQ plus community. And also, I've done I've done research. You feel me? And I've researched so much, and I was afraid of getting a binder because I was like, well, I've seen the horror stories where people wore their binders and it permanently damaged their rib cages, suffocating them. They weren't able to breathe. People can die. People can suffer badly from these. So I was just always like, well, I'm not going to do that. And ironically enough, with my therapist, I have a referral. I just got to fill out the paperwork, and then I have a referral to go to U of M Ann Arbor for top surgery to remove the breast tissue. Trigger warning, breast tissue. Okay? Which is another reason why I'm in the gym heavily, because I'm really building my upper body, chest, muscles up and everything. Because, for me personally, I want to not only be healthy mentally and physically, but I also want to be aesthetically pleasing to myself. So when I look in the mirror, I can be like, damn, that's a bad nigga, and be like, oh shit, that's me. So that's what I'm doing personally, you feel me? But I'm buying a binder from GC2B, and I'll leave a link to the website and their Instagram account in the description box below if you want to buy binders, because on their website, their binders are actually made for comfortability, health, and for the need to bind trigger warning breast tissue. Okay, so I'm buying one, and they have a special edition rainbow flag, because Pride Month is right around the corner, binder, so I might get one of those too. I get two. Now, when it comes to top surgery in Michigan, with my health insurance, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield through my job, through my employer. And then I have another insurance that I pay for, because I'm just, again, I have privileges and I recognize that. So, however, with Blue Cross, and they're both Blue Cross Blue Shield plans. However, with Blue Cross Blue Shield, you have to have two referral letters from licensed mental health professionals to get top surgery covered by Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. So I already have one referral letter. Luckily for me, it's to Ann Arbor, so I can go to their gender clinic and get the second referral letter, or I can go to my therapist. His business colleague is also a psychiatrist, so I could also go that third route and get it through him. But the point is, barriers to things that we need, things that we want, barriers to care. I think it's really ridiculous that you have to get two separate referral letters to get top surgery, which also means I'm going to have to pay to see another therapist, or pay to see the psychiatrist and the therapist, or pay for my visit when I go to the Ann Arbor's gender clinic. You see what I'm talking? Like, if you don't have money, or you don't have health insurance, or the health insurance that you got, once you go through all of these hoops and loops, it's ridiculous in my opinion. And then I'm 26 and a half. Like, damn, I know who I am. I've lived my life. And it was miserable because I was living a lie. Living in the wrong body, the wrong gender. And now I'm doing what it takes to correct that. So that's a whole, you know, and then all these barriers to care. But I'm not gonna let that hold me back from doing what I'm doing. So those are the steps I'm taking. And I also watch people on YouTube, especially, so trigger warning, trigger warning. I watch people on YouTube who are talking about their binders for big chested people, people with big chests, big breasts, okay? Because like I had got a trigger warning breast reduction in 2011 because my frame, like my back, my neck, my shoulders, my frame is too narrow for and small for the chest that I had. And that was when I was 18, you feel me? So that was in 2011. Now here I am, fast forward 8 years later almost, come July, and I'm finally being able to take steps to live my true, authentic life. And I'm gonna do what I gotta do, fill out this paperwork, get the consultation, get the other letter, and let's go on. Let's get that shit out the way. That way, next summer I can be shirtless. You feel me? That's my motto. That is my motto. But I watched other big-chested people on YouTube discuss, review, show their binder and what binder with size. On GC2B, they tell you the sizes and they recommend going up a size to be safe. So because I would get a large 36, 38 is really where I'm at. So that's the one I'm gonna get. But that was really cool. Again, us sharing our experiences. If you're able to share your experiences, I say do it. Because I wouldn't have been able to see big-chested people getting binders if those people hadn't made those YouTube videos and put them out here. So you never know how your journey, your voice, your lived experiences, your message can impact someone else's life and help somebody else. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for everybody that's supporting me and still in my life. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Follow me on social media. I follow back. But thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll have more videos in the future to come.